Good morning.
Hello, hello. We
Hello.
went live. We went live by surprise. We were trying to go live for last minute, and somehow, surprisingly, it just
It
started.
just yes, it just went for it.
Yeah,
So as it turns out, there can be technical delays with StreamYard and too much traffic in StreamYard.
yeah.
Who knew?
I was wondering, like, did we switch from StreamYard to Ryanair, and we have, huge traffic we cannot take off?
Permission to take off, and no.
I think we
Um,
are live everywhere,
I
everywhere,
think
aside of
so.
my Facebook, because on my Facebook we are still live only for me.
I don't know how to fix that. I'm so sorry.
Maybe
I,
that is the thing that is causing so much traffic, that my Facebook is private.
It's your Facebook, definitely, definitely. Hello, Miriam. Hello, Sue. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness, we have Linda here, and we have Matter of Craft Jess in the
Oh my
comments
god,
saying
Jess!
hello.
Hi!
Hello,
Hi girl,
hi,
hi!
Jess. Hello, hello, hello. We have Kathy. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. Sue says people had problems with StreamYard last night too, so at least it's not just us. So, what are we talking about today, Olga? Oh my
Today,
God, what is she
today.
sneak peeking? She's peeking something. She is peeking something.
Yes, I was doing a sneak peek. So today we are talking about my absolutely favorite topic, and this is resin casting, molds, and resin, especially resin and casting
Yes.
and molds and resin.
Resin and molds and castings and nothing else at all.
Yes,
No?
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes,
Sure.
yes, yes.
Okay.
There was
If you say
nothing.
so.
Nobody saw anything. Come on,
Nobody
nobody.
saw anything. No, no. Miriam is in the comments saying she's excited for the release and she already has a piece in the works. So, hello,
Well,
Linda. Hello, Chris.
nobody saw anything. And come on, you were the first one to put the sneak peek on DQ yesterday.
Well, it's kind
So,
of my job, so yeah, no,
yes,
we're allowed to peek things now.
yes.
Hello, Royce. Good to see you. Hi, Tony. Tony is here from Barcelona. Hello, hello, hello.
Jess,
Jess says
oh my God.
she saw it
She
all.
came, she saw it
What was it that you was peeking them before we get into molds and resin and castings and whatnot? What is it that you was
what I was
peeking?
picking. I don't know how much I can say, and I just got the job, so I'm not telling too much, but and we have more samples than actual products because I did some magic. Hold on, the other way. So
Oh my
I
god.
was sneaking something, and but I think that everyone will be shocked because we have.
So, for anybody that might be a little bit confused about what is going on here, so we have a Decoupage Queen cross Olga Helbwein collaboration release coming out this Friday, which we are very, very excited about. And of course, we had Olga curate a product kit for this collection. And so, what she's showing there are some samples of those products that she chose. And if you
Yes.
if you know anything about Olga Heldwein, then you might be thinking, who is this woman and what have you
I'm
done
thinking
with real Olga
I'm thinking
Heldwein?
the same. I'm thinking the same thing. And on Friday, we will definitely discuss it in length. But despite my personal feelings and my personal opinions, everyone have to admit that I made really good choices here.
They are really good choices. I have to give it to you. I have to
And do
give
you
it
know
to
who
you.
helped me? A color wheel. A color wheel.
Don't know her. Never heard of her.
Yeah, I know. I know. You don't know her, but you already hate her. Don't want to know her. Never, never, ever. I am very
Okay.
excited. I am
Yes.
very excited. And
We are
Yeah,
very excited for this. It's going to be something super special. I'm so excited. This specifically, there's going to be quite a few characters that you will see on Friday, and there is one character who is like my personal favorite, and I cannot wait to actually
I
create something with that one
I
particular
have a
little.
feeling. I have a feeling that he will be everyone's favorite.
You think? Is
Yeah,
that your
because I
guess?
think that. Yeah, because that's also kind of my personal favorite. I mean, I have two or three of the ones that I'm like, I'm so happy that we have them. But from what I heard, everyone loved this particular guy. I called
Yeah.
him Professor, so
Professor
Professor, and then the
Cheeks?
rest. Kind of, kind of. It would be fitting.
Okay, right. Are we ready? Are we ready to switch gears? And I
Yes,
think we
we are
need to.
ready to switch the camera,
Yes,
but you have to make yourself full screen first, so I can. Yes, so I will not flash everyone with my armpits right now.
I'm
Uh,
doing. I'm not very good at
then,
dancing, but I'm doing my
but
best.
yeah, that is the interpretive dance about what's coming up. You can tell people everything about it with your crazy moves. Okay, are we having my
Yes,
desk now? Still,
we do
yes,
have the
yes,
desk. Yes,
we do
that is
have
my.
my.
I'm entertaining you. Am I entertaining yet? Am I
Of
entertaining
course,
yet?
you are always entertaining. Okay.
Okay, are we ready?
Okay, okay. Yes, we are ready. We are
Okay.
ready. We have our molds, and I have small baskets of goods
I can stop embarrassing myself now. There we go. Let's go.
to discuss absolutely everything about resin. And we have the whole. Did
Oh,
I do something? I did something with the screen. My apologies. That was me. I don't know what happened.
that's okay. There
Okay,
we go.
we
There
back.
we go. She's
We
back.
back. So we started to talk about it last week on Morning Atelier on Friday, and we discussed one of the resin, the clear resin, and I actually poured it for this one over here, so we can demold it.
Yes, I remember that one. Oh, it's beautiful.
That's how he looks like, poured with that clear resin, and I showed you multiple tricks with the clear one. But we
Yes.
separated resins for 2 days for a reason. Despite them both working in the molds and both being casting resins, the transparent one is epoxy resin. And today we are talking about polyurethane resins.
Yes.
And DQ have amazing choices with aluminite. We have black one. This is the black one, and we will test it out. We will test it out also the white one, but there is also the third option. It's called tan, and that's how it looks. And here you can see on this
Mm-hmm.
frame. Okay, on this frame you can see that I poured part of it with the tan resin and part with the white to see if they will combine together, because that frame is from my experiments when the Q sent me resins. I tested them left and right. I tested if they will stick together. So first we are pouring the white one, then wait for it to set, and I'm adding the tan one. And as you can see, there is no separation. They stick really nice together, because
Yes.
sometimes first of all, if you have different brands of resins and you try to combine them, you will discover that there might be some separation between two layers. Aluminite is not doing it. If you have like leftover of the resin in your cup, you can just pour it in the mold, leave it, and add another pour on top of it, and it should stick without issues. all three of them, they work basically the same. The black one will set a little bit longer. It even sets on packaging that it sets in 30 minutes. I believe that the white one and tan one have like 15 minutes. Black one is also a little bit thicker when you mix it, but they work in the same way. All of them will come in the, oops, I'm a mess today. They all come with those tiny, very handy cups. The cups have measurements on them.
Yeah.
You can use either the cups that are included, you can use your own cups. I like to use scale because we have to measure equal amount. If there is like a tiny difference, like one is just above the line and second one is just below the line, it's fine. But we don't want a big difference in between the ingredients, because if you add too much of the part B, it will just start to set faster than it should. It will bubble, it will become ugly, and you will end up crying a lot because it will bubble inside of the mold. And this is the chemical product. So clay is very safe. It's safe to use. Jovi Hovi Yovi is also safe to eat. If you really want to eat it, you can eat it and shouldn't have too much issues, because it has like the label that it's targeted to. It can be used also by kids. So even if you ingest it, nothing happens. Resin is something else. It's chemical process. We are dealing with the chemicals. So we definitely don't eat it, don't drink it, don't sniff it. We don't touch it with our bare hands. I would say that I go as far as, and probably because my bowls look like that, I will show you them. Iveta has the ugly plate. I have ugly bowls of everything. Because when I'm casting, the resin goes all around the bowls, as you can see. Okay. So I go as far as keeping my resin in the packaging, in the box, if possible, and not even touching the bowls with my bare hands, because I have a sensitive skin. So gloves are must. If it comes in the contact with your skin, you leave everything and you go and clean it. We start cleaning with the alcohol. With the pure alcohol, you wipe off the resin and then clean it with the soap and water and moisturize the spot, because it can cause chemical burns.
Yeah.
So that is the safety warning. If you are pouring a lot of resin, then make sure that you have your window open, that the room is well ventilated, because again, it's a chemical substance. On the packaging somewhere, where are the warning labels? There is warning, because I'm pretty sure that when I was filming, there was a warning that it's a chemical product and to be careful. But if we will keep the basic precautions and use our gloves and use our heads, it's perfectly safe to use, and it's amazing product to use, because you get results quick. You get them basically in the blink of the eye, and your results will be like that. We get from mixing two liquids, they become solid. Basically it's like magic, like we are pouring liquid plastic. That casting that we will pour into the mold, after you demold it, you can bend it. This one, we unmolded it together on the day that I got my molds, and I did bend it with you guys, and I left it just in that bent form, and you can see that now it's just not laying super flat. It is bendable. And we have the other one, okay, here, and here I have the very flat version of the same casting. And back then, we started to discuss the difference between two of them, because if you look at them side by side, you can see that this one, the one that I bended, I call it a thin pour. And we have some questions about a thin pour, and we will touch on that subject today, because with resin, we have, it has some limits, like clay is really easy to separate. When you want to cut it, you can just cut it when it's wet and you have the perfect cut line, and then you can assemble your embellishments, you can readjust them. With resin, if you want to play like that, and I really like to play like that with resin. I like to make my own forms and my own shapes, but it takes a little bit more effort. We have to heat it up again.
We have
Resin,
a few questions
yeah,
when you're able to. So we have Miriam is asking, how about black resin? I was told it doesn't stick together if you do a second pour on top of the first pour, specifically with black resin. Do you know, have you tested it?
No, I didn't test it. I didn't test it like double pour of black resin, because I worship black resin. and and I'm saving it for very special moments. But we will mix the black one and white one today. It might be the case that black one will not stick, because from what I remember, it has a lot of film on top. The film is that layer that when we pour our casting and it's already set in the mold, in touch it's like oily.
Yeah.
So that film with the black resin is quite thick, so maybe that's why it doesn't want to combine, because while the plastic is created, some oils are released. Thanks to those oils, that plastic doesn't stick to the silicone. Otherwise, that plastic would set in the silicone and you would not be able to release it. Because if you melt some plastic, I don't know, on stove, I have no idea why somebody would, but let's assume that somebody is mad and would do that, it would not come out so nice from the mold. There is a big risk of damaging your mold. Also, that's why it's important that it's polyurethane plastic, not epoxy. Those are two different plastics. One will eat up your silicone like there is no tomorrow. You will have few really nice castings, and then you start to feel that when you are taking your molding out, it doesn't want to come out. You have to start kind of rip it out of the mold. And if you feel that you have to add extra force to remove your casting from the mold, before every next pour with resin, use some mold release or some grease, baby oil in your molding, because that means that the barrier on top of the silicone was already broken. And you have to protect your mold and be careful. And I would buy a backup mold, because honestly, once you feel that it doesn't want to come out, you have like 4 or 5 more uses, and then it will just break the hole in the mold.
Okay, thank you. Then we have Stacy asking, when using fast cast actin resin, I usually use disposable cups to pour, but would like to use a washable cup. How do you clean your cups? Does it hurt the sink?
You don't clean the resin into the sink. You clean the cups. I clean the disposable cups in the same way. If you really want to go like more eco-friendly way, then just buy silicone cups for pouring. If you use the glass cup, you just have to wait for the leftovers of resin to set, and you have to peel off the resin. If you add water, it will create a sludge, and if you pour it into your sink, you will lock your sink permanently. If your pipes are plastic, it will just clog them forever, and goodbye pipes.
I can just quickly show, I'm just going to switch over to my face. So if you want to use a reusable cup for your silicone, for your resin, get silicone cups. Like I've got a dirty cup here. You can see residue from this inside. And then you can, with a silicone cup, you can just mold it like that and it comes out. And then you can reuse this
and
as many
exactly
times as
same
you would like to.
exactly same thing you can do with the plastic cup. Like this one, on the outside it's paper, but inside it's plastic. The only ones that are like one-time use will be the ones that are made from from paper, because the paper cup will absorb the resin and bound it. And this plastic, like, you don't even have to use the cap. If you have the empty bowl, you can open. I quite often run out of the caps, so today we are using the plastic cap from my air refreshener.
Oh,
And we are
right.
yeah, and we are using it as a cap. I would leave the plastic empty bottles, and I will just cut off the top to mix resin in it. Because no matter what you do, after a few uses, even that silicone caps will get some tear and some use.
Yeah,
Okay,
they do
so
degrade over time. Yes.
you know what? We will do it like that. We will start with a white resin. We will pour some.
Just quickly,
Mhm.
sorry. And then we have one more question from Royce. Royce says, sorry if you answered this already, but how long does the clear resin take to set?
The packaging says that it's 12 to 24 hours. It's ready to demold after 8, but then it's a little bit.
Hit and miss.
No. It's not super solid. It's very flexible, so you can demold it, but then you have to put it on some surface to still set. And we are talking about this particular aluminite clear epoxy, because each one of the resins will have its own curing time. And working with resin for a really long time, whatever you will add to your resin will affect your curing time. So if you are adding pigments, you are affecting your curing time. That's why the black resin has a different curing time than a white one or the tan one, because it's the same base, it's just pigment added. And it is very important that we don't add pigments that are not dedicated to resin. You have to do your own research for polyurethane pigments. You cannot use acrylic paint. You cannot use alcohol ink. It has to be specifically dedicated pigment, and it's a very messy process. So I would recommend, if you need other color than white, just buy either black or tan one, because adding the color from the pigment is so much fuss. It's just not worth it.
Okay.
So the thin pour. The thin pour is pouring the resin very, very thinly in your mold, so then you can bend it easier. Resin will have certain heat resistance. That means that I can take my heat gun and I can just heat my resin for a really long time. And you can heat it up to the point that it's very hard to hold it. It's as hot that it burns your hands. And not a lot of things is burning my hands. I already burned them enough times to not feel that heat. But
there isn't
still,
much skin left on that.
because resin has that heat resistance, we can use it to heat it up and then bend it. When it's heat up, it's bending without issues. And I can bend it even, like 90 degrees.
Mm.
Just because I heat it up. When we will take the one that is not heat up, unfortunately this one, and I will try to bend it, it will just crack.
Oh,
Oh no!
she sacrificed the mold for you guys.
As long as it's is it already? Yeah. See, he already set in that position. And if you are not
Mm-hmm.
happy with that position, that is a very easy solution. We just heat it back up, and he will come back to being nice and flat without any damage on the surface. Okay, I will hold him for a second. Okay, so with something like this, intricate and thin, you don't need to heat it up so much. So it's enough to warm it just a little bit, and then it becomes bendable.
Mm.
With something like this is the beautiful frame that I used on the release of that molds. I
Yes,
I was in
the
the
release
morning
date.
atelier. It's a beautiful, beautiful mold with the beautiful frame, but look at the thickness of that mold. Is it possible to bend it? Yeah, for sure. But you have to sit and warm it up until the entire casting is evenly warmed up, because it's not only one spot. You have to have the entire surface warmed up to be able to bend it on the curved surface. Otherwise, it will crack. Even if it will not crack in half, if I have only the bottom part heat up, it will crack here on the top. And
Mm.
you really have to, because it's heat resistant, you really have to heat it up for a really long time to make sure that it's hot enough so you can bend something that is so thick.
You need
So
some
that's
heat
what I call,
resistant gloves or something.
yeah, exactly. So that's when something that I like to call thin pour is coming very handy, because we can have all that beautiful pattern casted very, very thinly. So we have that pattern, but it's not as bulky. Very handy when you want to bend it, when you need more delicate one, when you want to layer them up. I absolutely love to layer up my castings. And it's not like just two of them. There are projects that I have like layers upon layers. And at that stage, when you turn your project, you don't want it to be, like basically 17 layers of resin would add that kind of bulkiness to your project, and it
Mm.
doesn't look cute. So in those cases, we are using thin pour of resin. And I will just use my scale. Hold on, I have to get up for this. And I have to put my hair up, because if your hair will get mixed with resin, oh no.
Yeah, you don't want that to
Oh no.
happen.
Yes, we don't want resin to get into your hair. You don't want your resin to get into your clothing either, because there is no forgiveness. And you know what? I chose the really bad jewelry for the for the live stream that I'm shaking resin. Okay, I will start with the white one, and of course I cannot see anything. And for the thin part, we don't need a lot. Hold on. I will do 10 and 10 maybe. So let's go up to the 10. In
Good
this
morning,
case,
Debbie.
good morning, Debbie. In this case, those are grams. It doesn't matter what you have on your scale, as long as it's equal amount. We don't care if it's a gram or milliliter or whatever. And it's 913. Okay. Go 0, And now the part B. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. That is very important to have those more or less equal parts. I always keep repeating to myself how much I poured,
Yeah.
because if you mess up the proportions, it will either set too fast or it will not set at all. And polyurethane resin cures in bulk. That means more product you have in your cup, faster it will cure. Hotter it is, faster it will cure. I do not recommend speeding up curing process by using heat gun. That is not cool. That is chemistry, and we don't want to mess up with the products like that. Okay, I'm pouring everything here, and I put my cup upside down on the separate mold, and now I'm making sure that my resin got everywhere, but also I don't want to have too much of the resin in the one spot. If you think that it's too much, we just tilt it over another mold, pour out the excess, don't touch it with our fingers, and again, make sure that it's really nicely distributed in the mold. Come on. Okay, before it dries, I like to clean up the edges. And honestly, La Blanche molds, oh, okay, I can talk for hours about La Blanche molds as well, as well as resins, because they have that little lip over here. It's
Yeah.
so helpful to not create a mess around your casting. Right now we have a mess because Olga decided to get rid of the access. And hold on, I will show you how fast this one is curing. And we are adding some curing, some benefits because it's very hot and I don't have a fan on. So it will cure really fast if I will fill up that mold up to the brim. And this one was 10. So this one will be, I think, 12. I think it
When
will
you've
be
been
12.
pouring mold for such a long time, like Olga has, you start to be able to sort of eyeball how much resin you might need just from experience.
And also all the excess I can pour into the next mold. I don't do it too often because then you end up with having way too many castings. But in this case, I know that I will be working with those molds and those castings for upcoming days and probably weeks. So I don't mind to have some extras, especially of those buttons. I keep
Yes.
using them all the time.
Thank
Okay.
you. Buttons are so
When
underrated.
when you mix your resin and you hold your cup in your hand, you can feel when it's ready because it start to become slightly warm.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one will be 25 milliliters because I poured 20, 12 and 12, 24. And I'm missing just a little bit here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would mix 25 altogether. We will add to it. Okay. I'm trying not to mix too much. In that heat, today it's not a heat wave anymore. But when I was getting ready for classes, I was pouring a lot of castings
Oh,
in very
yeah.
small batches because when it's all the times that are estimated on the bottles, like it says curing time is, I don't know, 20 minutes.
Mm.
It's estimated for particular temperature. It's usually about 20 degrees Celsius. Unfortunately, I don't know how much it is in Fahrenheit. Um,
Just regular warm, not hot.
yeah, just regular warm average temperature. So if it's anything above that, it will cure faster. Same thing in winter when it's cold, it cures slower. And in winter, we have to be very careful for it to not catch too much moisture from the air. Doop. Now I have too much, so it goes to those molds. And some of the moldings, like the one here with the holly leaf, I absolutely love to pour it, not too much, just to cover the deepest areas of the mold. Hold on, we are changing the glove because I touched something and it's sticky and we don't like it. Because when we touch stuff with the sticky glove, they will all become sticky. Okay, and you have good visuals on those, so we can discuss stuff on the example. So I poured it first, and you can see that areas that we have like the most resin, where
Mhm.
the puddles created, those they already start to set. It turned from like milky to almost solid white.
Yes.
Few more minutes and we can demold this one. And this one is also turning white. And this one is turning white very fast. And you can basically, I could sit and watch the blooms happening all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh,
So
there we go. That was a rapid change. That was in the round one.
yeah, it goes really fast as
Yeah.
soon as it starts, and it's because it's warm and it's a big surface. There is a lot of resin, so it just goes,
Yeah.
like those little pouches that you break something inside and they warm your hands. It
Mm.
works in a similar way. Okay, those we will pour with the black resin. So you can see how the black one works. And because I have only one cup, so we will we will use it. And if you will need any reminders about the differences in setting and in the viscosity, we have a video on the YouTube video, and we have the Insta rolls, Insta reels, where I talk a lot about the resins when I just got them. And you know what? I cannot open it. Ah, okay. Okay, here we go. So with the black resin, we do exactly the same thing. The scale is on 0, and we will go for 10 and 10, okay? So part A, is that part A? Yes, part A is very dark. It's black. It carries the pigment as well. So it's a little bit more thicker than part A from any other resin. Part B looks like the part B from the tan resin. So, it's not transparent like this one. It looks like tea.
Mm.
Okay, so now we need to get to 20. 30, 18, 19, 20. Oop. Okay. So black one is a little bit more tricky because you just have to know that you stirred it right. We have to stir it left to right to left, through the middle. We want all the liquid to mix perfectly. You don't want any part A or part B, just hanging out on its own inside of the cup, because then it will not cure very nice. Not will it will not cure evenly. You think that it's cured, you take it out from the mold, and then it's like, ha, surprise, it's me, Antonio, no way. So okay, and now we pour it, and you can see that it's a little bit thicker than the white one was. It is a little bit thicker. Where are the buttons? Here are the buttons. Okay.
Buttons.
And yeah, but buttons. Water bottle. And just to not waste anything, because I absolutely worship black resin, I'm scraping the cup from all the leftovers. And it's already started to set. So let's put it on the side somewhere. Okay, my table is covered with the silicone mats. So all of that, when it's set, I can just scrape it off without any problems. Okay, and this one, we will not see the magic of resin setting with mold because black resin doesn't do that magic. It is black and it stays black. Nothing changes.
You just got to feel it. Voice is asking, does resin expire?
Yes, it does. It does expire within. Does it say on packaging? Because if it does, no, it doesn't say. It doesn't say on packaging what is the open time. In my experience, resin expires within about 6 to 8 months since you open it. But if you keep it like that, it will last you for longer. If you keep it on your yes, if you keep it on your shelf or in your craft room and the sun is looking at your resin, it will expire faster than 6 months. How do you know that resin expires? If first of all, if it has any smell, like weird smell to it, if the part B expires, it gets like a goop on the very bottom. It's like some kind of gooiness happening on the bottom. When part A expires, you can see crystals. When you have crystals in your resin, you toss it to the garbage. You don't use it anymore because crystallized resin will kill your molds in no time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay. So look, the thicker one, it's already solid and I can already demold it. Because it's so thick, I can demold it, but it's still warm and it's still soft and it's still mushy. So we can take any objects and right now we can just wrap our resin around the object. This is my energy drink, by the way, that we are using. Because the pretty cup that we were using last week is hosting my brushes. I supposed to make a DQ themed project with that cup. So it was on my desk last week, but this week it was promoted to the brush holder. So unfortunately, we will have to use the energy drink bowl. Okay.
Here on DQ, we like to keep it real. Very real.
And come on, this way nobody knows what you are drinking. It might be booze, it might be booze, it might be not. You know, like you never know.
True. Very true. Disguise.
Okay.
Very clever and beautiful disguise.
And now we have a taco. It's still warm. It is still warm, so I can still make it straight. But, you know, like as it sets, it becomes harder and harder to play with it. But this way, if you know for sure that you want to bend it, you can just demold it quite fast. It's good for your resin. It's good for your casting. And you can just bend it over the surface without heating it up. Because the heat is what causes the reaction. The reaction causes two ingredients to set into the solid, and by bringing back that heat, we are not unsolidifying them, but we are bringing that flexibility. And that banner, come on, so many things you can do only with your fingers. You can just bend it, hold it for a minute, and you have beautiful dimensional element that will look so cool, especially if you add some either decoupage or stamping or printout with, I don't know, Merry Christmas. And you can add totally other dimension to your project. I did it on that project that I did with the heart, and I of course didn't bring it to my desk because I'm alone in the house and I don't think straight anymore because I'm excited about stuff that are coming up.
I
Okay,
can't blame you at all.
but this way you can create dimensional element really easily, and when it sets, it will become like solid, like plastic. You can paint it, you can do whatever you want with your castings. Resin itself, uh, you can go without primer in theory, because it depends. I would not go without primer on anything that will be touched a lot, or on anything that you plan to distress in the way that we over applying something, and then when we wipe it off, because in this case, still, it's only plastic. You will wipe off the color from the highlights of your castings. But if you just want stuff to be solid color and then you are doing some edge highlighting, you don't have to prime it. Any other case, use your favorite primer. I would recommend bonding primer for anything always. But yes,
Absolutely. Yes. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
okay.
No. I was just. I'm shocked over here. Colleen has commented that she has thrown hers in the microwave before.
Ooh, and what happened? Because I'm not risking my microwave. I put food there. But if you did it, tell me.
Colleen, that does not
Oh, the
sound like health and
castings. Okay.
safety to me.
No, I think she meant castings. She put castings in the microwave, so they
Either
will.
way, I
Um,
don't think
no,
this has
that.
to be microwaved.
What do you mean? So what? Do you supporting microwaving metal then?
Definitely not. No, but this is
No.
the kind
Yeah, but
that's the
it's
kind of
it's.
plastic that will definitely release some sort of fumes. When you
We don't
microwave
know
it, bad enough
that.
when you heat it up with a heat gun. Don't do it in the microwave where you put your food in. Jesus Christ.
I am still interested in that experiment. I will
Yeah,
not do
no,
it in
let us
my
know.
microwave.
Let us know. Did you grow a third arm?
Oh my god, third arm, that would be awesome.
That would be
Okay,
very handy, yeah.
just because I'm impatient, I'm demolding that thin pour and I'm trying to be careful because I went really thin in some areas. Because we have only what 15 minutes left and I still have to discuss the thin pouring. Because that's why we gathered here today on two-part series, because I wanted to answer one question from the comments. I don't remember who commented, but thank you.
We can always do a part 3. There is no end to how many parts of this we can do. Just FYI.
Okay.
If anybody would like us to make this into a weekly series, just let us know because we can make it happen.
Olga talks resin.
All the talks
So
resonates.
we have that thin pour and it has quite a lip to it. I'm showing you that on the close-up. You know those edges here? I would wait for it to set. The issue is that it will set few hours until it's very solid, and then I would sand it really smoothly with sanding paper, and look how beautiful and intricate it is.
Yeah, that is gorgeous.
I mean, this one is pretty, it is pretty because it is the same mold, you know, it is a
Mm.
really pretty mold. By the way, really good mold. I cannot stop using it. Buy it if you have a chance. But here we have the thin pot, and look, the same mold, the same product, because it's the
That
same
is
resin.
crazy. The
And the
the look
difference,
is completely different. It looks so much more intricate and ornate somehow.
and
Like
this
it
one
looks like a
is
different mold.
super thin. It will be less than half of the thickness of this one when I
Yeah.
sand it flat. Right now it seems like it's thicker, but I will show you how much of that lip is here. Because it is a really big lip. It's over
Mm.
half of centimeter. Come here. So it's over this much still, that I would sand off. You just have to wait for it to completely go solid, and then with the very fine sandpaper, and I will do it. I will do it, and I will post pictures. That's why I'm trying
So
to smash him
it
flat.
would basically, with this kind of pour and then sanding the back, it would be thinner, potentially thinner than the mixed media stickers, the
It
blanching
is thinner
stickers.
than mixed media sticker.
Yeah, yeah.
It is thin enough to go into the coaster. Hold on. Do I have a coaster here? No, I don't have it. I was doing coasters obsessively for some time, and I had ton of them sanded really, really thinly. That's why when I was doing really intricate compositions and I was layering like
Mm,
6, 7 castings, when they are that thin, you don't feel that it's so many layers. Okay,
yeah.
cleaning the cup, we left the I forgot the name of that.
The spoon, spatula,
Yes, the
spoon.
spoon. Thank you. I forgot her name. We left the spoon, so I just pull my spoon and I clean my cup, and it's clean.
Oh, well,
Okay,
that was easy. Yeah.
that was a very sensual moment. All the nasty people over there.
Can you
And
do that again for me?
to be fair, I absolutely love that moment when
Yeah.
we just peel off the stuff. The same with the dirty palette when I can just peel it. Satisfying. Okay,
Yes,
so if it's
Carolyn,
fresh,
the detail result is from not filling the mold, from doing a very, very
yeah,
thin pour.
yeah, I showed you. I filled the mold to the half of the length that I would normally do,
Mm,
because that one is up to brim. Okay, so all the so you see only the blue parts. I just need
yeah.
to remove the resin so you can see all the blue parts. Unfortunately, resin stays on those parts. I don't scrub it to not scratch the surface, but I basically poured it up to the lip that La Blanche provides. So this is the full pour. Then you can do a half, so like the half length. And I poured half length, then I rocked my mold. I poured
Mm,
off all the excess to make sure that we have as thin pour as possible, but all the details are filled up. And before we will go, as the cup was dry and set, that means that this one is set. And how do we know that it's set? Because it's make knock knock. Who's there? The mold.
we can't hear it because StreamYard mutes that sound, but we believe you.
Okay, hold on. Maybe
Nope.
now.
Nope.
No. Anyway, when we are knocking and it sounds like plastic and it feels like
Mm,
plastic, that means that it is plastic and that it's done. And just look at the finish of that black resin.
gorgeous.
It is
Stunning.
beautiful. It doesn't need a lot. Black resin, I would still gesso it if you want to do the heavy stuff. But
Yes.
as it is, we just take and you can see, I think it's gold. Yes, it's a gold. and we can just go on top of it. Because of that matte finish, it will catch all your wax. And
Oh,
when the wax will will set, we don't have to do anything to the wax. Wax is self-setting product. So, like 15 minutes and ta-da! Because I know
gorgeous.
that packaging says that it's 30 minutes, but it was 10, maybe 15 because it's hot.
Yeah,
And they are just beautiful.
stunning.
For me personally, nothing beats the black resin. I would use black resin for anything aside of the moments when I needed white. When I paint something white, then because you know what I mean. Because
Sure, okay, yeah.
I mean that I use white resin only when I know that I will make a very white project.
Yeah.
If the project will be painted black, if the project will be brown, if the project will be any other color, I will go with black because nothing beats that beautiful, beautiful look. And it's so easy. Come on, you saw it. It's 15 minutes and you have already embellishment ready
Yeah.
to go. Okay, hold on. I can switch the camera and make more sneak peeks. I just need to put my hair down now
Royce
and don't
says
look
she loves using black resin with metallics, and Linda says she totally understood what you meant, anyways. That you would use black resin for everything except for when, when you need white. Yeah, yeah.
that was my thoughts took a shortcut. Okay, guys, so that
That's
is
okay.
polyurethane resin for you. And remember that I know that it sounds complicated and I sound like lunatic when I say that not every resin is poly resin, but it is very important. Your molds
It
are
really is.
loving polyurethane resin. They might tolerate epoxy if it's casting resin, but in
Mm.
general, if you struggle with so many products, just stick with poly and you will not go wrong. Okay, can you make yourself full screen and dance for a while I'm switching the camera again? Oh
Your
my
wish
god,
is my command.
girl, I'm perfectly on time because I can hear the church bells. That means it's 6 and I took entire hour. Oh my god, the timing was great. No, it's still not that camera. Is it that camera? Yes, it is that
Okay.
camera. Okay.
Yes. I think we're ready. Are we
Okay, I
ready?
think. I think. Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Like I'm full screen. Where is
Oh
my
wait,
bestie?
do you want me? Okay, sorry. Hi. I'm still here.
Hi. Yeah, I can make another sneak peek. Hold on. Where is my camera? It's here.
Okay. Oh my god, look at that. I love what you've done. That okay, I'm gonna spill the beans. It's Pearl Pen. It's Pearl Pen. She's got the newest, latest addition to Pearl Pens, the black one. And oh my god, I absolutely love what you've done with it. And oh my god, I
It
am
is.
so gonna steal your idea.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful, and I did tested it for the color and for the shape. This Friday we will reveal absolutely everything, and we will talk a lot. Tomorrow, those of you who love Truffle and Lucy talking with you and our painting staff, then check Instagram because Truffle and Lucy have been up to no good, and tomorrow they will be again stars of social media because
I
they
can't
they
wait to
have to
see.
be
I
in
love
the center of
those
attention.
two naughty boys.
Yeah, and on
Carolyn has a
Friday,
question about resin.
yeah, yeah.
Can you show the half pour castings back in the mold to see the difference of a half pour? Like if you put it back into the mold so that she can see how thin it is. It's not going to
Yes,
look very
but
thin though, is it?
you
Until you've
know it
sanded
will
it.
be. it will be it will still look, you know what, I will make picture tomorrow, because then I can put a photo side by side, but you can see that it's not fully inside of the mold. Can you see it like that?
Oh, yes. Yes. So it's halfway into the mold.
But it's still with that access. So tomorrow in the
with the
morning
lid.
I will sand it off. I will put it back in the molds, and I will make the picture of this one and this one, both sanded flat, without, because
Yeah.
almost every casting will have a little bit of that lip. And I will show you what I use. I usually use the sanding machine called Husband for doing that. I have
Our
something like
favorite
that.
brand.
Something like that. It's for
Unfortunately,
sanding
we
the
don't
wall.
sell that brand on Decoupage Queen.
Yeah, it's to sand your walls when you
Yeah.
are doing a drywall. But you know, it's a perfect size to sand the castings, because you just put them together and then go up and down, and it's nice and smooth. I mean, the husband goes up and down, up and down. Princes don't do things like that.
No, no. See, that's why I've been really lazy with my castings lately, because I can't do much with my.
Well,
I
you know,
absolutely despise the feeling if my nail catches on sandpaper, or it makes my skin crawl. So I'd
I
rather
will.
risk losing the casting off of the project.
If you cast it thickly, you know, like regular castings, they
Yeah.
do really good on orbital sander. You just turn on orbital sander, and then you just touch it a few times, and it's perfectly smooth.
Yeah.
The thin ones, no. Orbital
You've got
sander
to
will just,
Yes.
you know, I think that from this one we would just have the frame, maybe, because it's too much of the friction.
Yeah.
But aside of that, yeah, I think that at least for 1 week we said everything about castings, moldings, resins, and so on. But we didn't finish this week because we have Friday.
We have Friday, yes. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Make sure that you are here on Fridays. This time, 11 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. We're going to go live to reveal Olga's brand new rice paper collection. Not one, but two of them, and her personally curated product kit that goes along with it.
And I will show you some. I will show you some samples, and I think that we can reveal that since next week this week we have a release. Since next week, I will be joining everyone weekly for working with my release and making different stuff. We will start with making 10,000 frames to fill up my wall, and we will see where it will get us.
It will be awesome. It will be awesome. Olga's been collecting frames for a long time.
Yeah, I have been collecting frames for a really long time, especially for this release, because I think that frames are really matching the idea.
The vibe,
And
yes.
also hint for everyone in US, as we are meeting at the same time, it will be after 5 p.m. somewhere in the world, most of the Europe, so you can bring your drinks and watch us reveal the designs.
Yes.
I'm excited.
So stay tuned, and we will see you on Friday. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And
thank you, everyone, and not have an amazing weekend. Have an amazing week, because it's just
have
Tuesday.
Have an amazing rest of your week. Yes.